Good morning, Level Up listeners, and welcome to our final week of the Spirit of Independence series. For the past month, we've been on a journey. We've fought for financial freedom, battled for mental independence, and unlocked our freedom to create. Now we arrive at the final, most important theme: freedom to determine the future. Today, in episode 25, we're talking about maps. This is how you become the architect of your own life. Let's level up.
Today, we're plunging into an idea that's both liberating and, well, pretty challenging. Freedom to determine the future.
Yeah, it's a big one. You know, for so many of us, life kind of feels like we're following a map someone else drew.
Right. Your family, maybe your culture, society.
Oh, right.
But the big question we're asking today, is one we really want you to think about is it your path? Our mission here in this deep dive is basically to help you put down that old map, maybe just for a bit, and learn how to draw your own.
And this whole conversation, it's sparked by a really powerful segment from Level Up, episode 25, Designing Your Own Life Map.
Okay, then, let's unpack this.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? How often following a map you didn't choose, it leads you somewhere you never actually wanted to be. And this isn't just like a small thing. It's a major trigger for the quarter-life crisis.
That term comes up a lot.
It does, and the stats are kind of staggering. It affects up to, 86% of young people? That's huge.
86%. Wow.
Yeah, it tells you this isn't just an isolated issue. It points to a real widespread disconnect, between what society expects and what actually brings personal fulfillment.
So what happens then? What are the consequences?
Well, you see things like achieving success on the outside, but feeling kind of empty inside.
Right.
Or experiencing imposter syndrome.
Feeling like a fraud, even when you succeed.
Exactly. Because you don't really connect with the path you took to get there. And often there's this crippling fear of failure. Any step off the correct path feels like disaster. So achieving real personal merdeka, that Indonesian word for deep freedom, self-determination, it takes courage.
Courage
to actually set aside the map you were given and, start drawing your own lines.
That quarter-life crisis thing, it definitely hits home for a lot of us, I think. And merdeka. That sounds powerful. So, okay, if following the old map causes this crisis, how do we, change course? It sounds like you're saying we need to shift from being just a passenger to being the architect, the cartographer of our own lives.
That's exactly it. You've got to be the cartographer.
That feels like the ultimate mental independence, really.
It absolutely is. Being your own cartographer means you're making conscious choices, intentional ones.
Right.
You're defining your own North Star, what success and meaning genuinely look like for you. Not for your parents, not for society, but for you.
Okay, but how? That sounds great, but maybe a bit abstract.
Sure. It requires some key mindset shifts. First, you've got to move from a fixed mindset, the idea that your abilities are just set in stone, to a growth mindset, believing you can learn, adapt, develop the skills you need for new territory.
Okay, growth mindset. Got it.
Then they're shifting from scarcity, seeing limits everywhere, to abundance, seeing possibilities, resources.
Scarcity to abundance.
Right.
And the engine driving all this. We call it the confidence-competence loop.
Confidence loop, tell me more. Okay, think of it like this. You take a small, intentional step, just one. You build a tiny bit of competence in this new direction. That little bit of competence naturally boosts your confidence, just a notch.
Okay.
And that increased confidence then gives you the courage to take the next step, maybe a slightly bigger one. Competence builds confidence. Confidence fuels action. It's a cycle.
I see. A positive feedback loop. Brilliant. It builds on itself.
Exactly.
But, okay, how do you even start drawing that map? If you've only ever followed one,
Yeah.
where's the first line?
Good question. This is where we get practical.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah. We use a simple but really powerful visualization exercise. It's designed to find that very first point for your new map.
Okay.
It's called the future you.
The future you. All right, walk us through it.
Okay, so first step, find a quiet moment. Close your eyes if it helps. Visualize your destination. Imagine yourself 1 year from today, you've achieved one important goal. But here's the key. It has to be 100% yours, not for anyone else. Really see it, feel the pride.
Okay, visualize the goal achieved 1 year out. Got it.
Second step, in your mind, ask this successful future you one very simple question. Just ask, What was the very first, smallest, easiest step you took to get started?
Not the whole plan, just the tiny first step.
Just the tiniest, easiest first action. That's crucial. Third step, listen for the answer. And don't be surprised if it's incredibly simple.
Like what?
Like, I sent one email, or I bought one book, I made one phone call, maybe I wrote just one paragraph, or even I went for one 10-minute walk. Really small stuff.
Almost ridiculously small.
Almost, that's the point. Fourth step, and this is vital, write it down. Immediately. Take that mental answer and make it concrete on paper or, in your phone.
Write it down. Okay. Why is this exercise so powerful? It sounds simple.
Its power is in its simplicity. Psychologically, it bypasses your current fears and overwhelm. You're not asking about the scary big picture, just the first tiny step.
Wow.
And by identifying an action that's almost impossible not to do, it kickstarts that competence loop we talked about. You take the step, feel a tiny win, get a little confidence boost, boom, you're moving.
That makes so much sense. It lowers the barrier to entry right down to the floor.
Exactly.
So ultimately, designing your own life map, it isn't about having the whole thing perfectly charted out on day one, is it?
Not at all. It's really about the courage to just draw that first point and then the next one.
It feels connected to that idea of modern perjuangan.
Yes, that Indonesian concept of striving, of struggling towards something meaningful, like liberation or self-authorship. It's that continuous effort.
It reminds me of that powerful quote from President Sukarno.
Oh, yes. Kantungkan cita-citamu setinggi langit, bermimpilah setinggi langit. Jika engkau jatuh akan jatuh di antara bintang-bintang.
Which means?
Hang your ambitions as high as the skies, dream as high as the skies. If you fall, you will fall among the stars. It's about aiming high, dreaming big, even if the path isn't straight.
Beautiful. So the challenge for you listening right now is straightforward. What's the first point on your map?
What did your future? You just tell you.
Take that first step, that tiny action. Do it within the next 48 hours. Seriously.
Don't wait.
Your map doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's. It just has to be yours.
Go draw it.
Start now.
Thank you for joining us on Level Up. Tomorrow, we'll talk about how to build a system for your life that supports your new map. Until then, be your own cartographer and keep leveling up.